Last month, one of my patients, 72 years old, came to me worried. She loved her morning coffee, but her blood sugar kept creeping higher. Her doctor was already talking about adding another pill. Instead of stopping coffee, we changed the way she drank it. Within weeks, her numbers dropped, her energy lifted, and she felt like herself again. I'm Dr. Howard Tucker, a longevity doctor with decades of experience helping seniors live stronger and longer. And today, I'm joined by Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, the legendary Japanese physician and longevity expert. Together, we're tackling a question every coffee-drinking senior needs answered. Is coffee a danger for type 2 diabetes? Or can it actually protect you if you drink it the right way? Dr. Hinohara, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Tucker. Coffee is one of the most misunderstood drinks for seniors. Some see it as risky, others depend on it daily. But the truth, as modern research shows, is that the method matters more than the drink itself.
And that's what makes this episode so important. We're not telling seniors to quit coffee. We're showing them how to drink it smarter, in a way that supports blood sugar, energy, and long-term health.
Exactly. By the end of this conversation, listeners will know when to drink coffee, what to pair it with, and how it interacts with the body after 60. We'll separate myth from science and reveal a simple change that can turn an ordinary cup into protection against type 2 diabetes.
Let's start right where seniors worry most: coffee and diabetes. For years, people have been told that caffeine spikes blood sugar and stresses the body. Many seniors even cut it out completely. But recent studies tell a different story, don't they?
They do. Large-scale studies, including one from Harvard, show that seniors who drink coffee in the right way may actually lower their risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The key is not the coffee itself. It's when and how it's consumed.
That's the surprising part. Most people see coffee as a guilty pleasure, but you're saying it can be protective, even medicinal, when used correctly.
Exactly. Coffee contains compounds called polyphenols, especially chlorogenic acid. These act as antioxidants and improve insulin sensitivity. For seniors, that means better blood sugar control. But here's the problem. If you add sugar, creamers, or drink it at the wrong times, you erase those benefits.
So it's not just about drinking coffee. It's about respecting it like medicine. Timing, preparation, pairing, it all matters.
Yes. For example, drinking coffee on an empty stomach first thing in the morning can cause a blood sugar spike in older adults. But if you pair that same cup with a small protein-rich snack, like eggs or Greek yogurt, the spike softens. The body handles it better and the protective compounds remain active.
That changes the picture entirely. Seniors don't have to give up their morning ritual. They just have to shift the context.
Correct. And the benefit is not small. Research shows up to a 30% reduction in type 2 diabetes risk among regular coffee drinkers who avoid sugar and take their coffee alongside food. That is a massive shift for something so simple.
I've seen the same with my patients. They feel guilty for enjoying coffee, yet their lab results improve when they adjust how they drink it. So let's be clear, coffee is not the villain. It's the habits around it that create the danger.
Precisely. Seniors who load their coffee with sweeteners, flavoured creamers, or drink 5 cups late into the day, those are the ones who see negative effects. But a balanced cup, timed with food, becomes a tool for stability and energy.
And that's where today's episode is headed. We're going to walk through the exact do's and don'ts, from timing to preparation to the best foods to combine with coffee after 60.
And by the end, you'll see that coffee isn't something to fear. It's something to use wisely to keep type 2 diabetes at bay.
Now let's dig deeper, because I think a lot of seniors are wondering, why does coffee affect them differently than it did when they were younger?
That's the critical question. The truth is, as we age, our metabolism slows, our liver processes caffeine more slowly, and our cells become less sensitive to insulin. Coffee interacts with all of those changes.
So a cup of coffee at 30 isn't the same thing as a cup at 70.
Exactly. In younger adults, caffeine is cleared quickly. They might feel an energy burst and then it fades. For seniors, caffeine lingers longer. That can be a problem if the timing is wrong, but it can also be an advantage. Longer circulation means the polyphenols in coffee, like chlorogenic acid, spend more time improving blood vessel function and supporting insulin sensitivity.
So it's almost like the body is slower, but that slowness can work in your favor if you manage it wisely.
Correct. For example, research from the American Diabetes Association shows that older adults who drink moderate amounts of black coffee have improved glucose metabolism compared to non-drinkers. But the benefit drops sharply if coffee is loaded with sugar or consumed late at night when it disrupts sleep.
That makes sense. Poor sleep alone can make blood sugar worse. So, if a senior drinks coffee at 7 p.m., even without sugar, they might sabotage their glucose right away by wrecking their rest.
Yes. That's why the when matters so much. For seniors, the sweet spot is usually in the morning, ideally mid-morning, paired with a balanced meal. That timing allows the body to use the energy and the antioxidants without risking sleepless nights.
And I imagine the digestive system plays a role here too. Many seniors have slower digestion, more sensitive stomachs, or even mild acid reflux. Coffee on an empty stomach can irritate those conditions.
Absolutely. That's why pairing coffee with food is more than just about sugar control. It cushions the stomach, lowers inflammation, and makes the entire experience easier on the body.
Which is fascinating because it turns coffee into more than a drink. It becomes part of a structured morning routine that protects blood sugar and supports longevity.
Exactly. And let me add one more point. In Japan, where I practice, studies show seniors who drink coffee regularly without sugar and paired with meals report sharper memory and less fatigue. It's not only about diabetes, it's about overall resilience.
That's powerful. Coffee has both protection and performance when handled correctly.
Yes. And that sets us up for what we'll cover next. The specific do's and don'ts of coffee for seniors. The real rules that turn your morning cup into a tool for health instead of harm.
All right, let's get practical. Seniors listening right now want to know, what exactly should they do and what should they avoid when it comes to drinking coffee?
Let's start with the do's. First do, keep it simple. Black coffee without sugar is the foundation. Studies consistently show that black coffee supports better blood sugar control than sweetened varieties.
So step 1 is cut the sugar.
Yes. Sugar turns coffee into a blood glucose bomb. A teaspoon here, a flavoured creamer there, it adds up. And instead of protecting against diabetes, it fuels it.
And I know many seniors love that creamy taste. So is milk or cream always a no?
Not at all. Small amounts of milk or even unsweetened plant-based creamers can be fine, especially if paired with food. The danger is when cream turns into dessert. Think flavoured creamers, syrups, whipped toppings. Those destroy the benefits.
Got it. Keep it clean. What about timing?
Do drink coffee with or after meals, not on an empty stomach. When you eat protein and healthy fats first, then have coffee, the caffeine and polyphenols work better and blood sugar stays stable.
That's a big shift for seniors who roll out of bed and go straight for the pot.
Exactly. That habit often explains the morning jitters, heart palpitations, or sudden sugar spikes. Pairing coffee with food changes everything.
Now let's touch on the don'ts. What's the biggest mistake you see?
Drinking too much, too late. Seniors metabolize caffeine more slowly. That means a 2 p.m. cup can still be active at midnight. Poor sleep makes insulin resistance worse, so the cycle continues.
So the rule is mornings only?
For most, yes. A cup or two in the morning is protective. Anything after noon risks disrupting sleep, and that undercuts the whole benefit.
And what about instant coffee? Many older adults rely on it because it's quick.
Instant is fine if it's pure, but avoid brands with added sugars, fillers, or artificial flavors. Freshly brewed is better, but plain instant without additives still carries the protective compounds.
So the overall message is clear. Drink it smart, keep it clean, time it right.
Exactly. Seniors don't need to fear coffee. They just need to treat it with respect. Used wisely, it becomes a daily tool against type 2 diabetes instead of a risk.
So far we've talked about habits and timing, but I want to zoom in on the science. What is it inside coffee that actually helps protect seniors against type 2 diabetes?
The star player is chlorogenic acid. It's a powerful polyphenol found in coffee beans. What it does is slow the release of glucose into the bloodstream after meals. That means steadier blood sugar, less insulin strain, and more energy stability throughout the day.
So chlorogenic acid is like a traffic light. It prevents a sugar rush by slowing the release.
Exactly, and studies show that regular coffee drinkers, 3 to 4 cups a day, can have up to a 25 to 30% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Chlorogenic acid also improves how cells respond to insulin, which is critical in older adults whose cells are naturally more resistant.
That's fascinating because it means coffee is working at the root, not just masking the symptoms.
Correct. But chlorogenic acid is only part of the story. Coffee also contains magnesium, trigonelline, and hundreds of other bioactive compounds. Magnesium supports insulin signaling. Trigonelline improves blood vessel health. And the antioxidants reduce inflammation, which is one of the biggest drivers of diabetes complications in seniors.
So, 1 cup is like a cocktail of natural medicine.
And that's one way to see it. But remember, the dose and delivery matter. Black coffee preserves these compounds. Sugary lattes cancel them out.
That makes sense. And what about decaf? Does it still carry these benefits, or does removing caffeine take the magic away?
Decaf still contains chlorogenic acid and most of the antioxidants. So seniors who are sensitive to caffeine can still get the protective effects without the jitters or sleep problems. In fact, several studies show decaf coffee also reduces diabetes risk.
That's huge, because many seniors give up coffee entirely once caffeine starts to bother them. They don't realize they can keep the benefits with decaf.
Exactly. It's not about caffeine, it's about the compounds in the bean itself. And that's where the science is so clear. Coffee, when consumed wisely, supports metabolism, circulation, and cellular repair.
So, to put it simply, coffee isn't just a pick-me-up. It's a daily dose of protective chemistry, especially important after 60, when the body's defenses naturally weaken.
That's the message. And it's why seniors shouldn't see coffee as a risk, but as a tool. The key is to drink it the right way, with the right timing, and without the sugary extras.
We've talked about how coffee works on its own. But for seniors, food pairings can make or break its benefits. So let's get into it. What should people eat with their coffee to really protect blood sugar?
The first rule is balance. Coffee works best when paired with protein and healthy fats. That combination slows digestion and prevents spikes in glucose. For example, having coffee with eggs, Greek yogurt, or even a slice of whole grain toast with avocado creates a steady release of energy.
So it's not about giving up the morning cup. It's about anchoring it with the right foods.
Exactly. Let me give you a practical example. If a senior drinks black coffee alongside sweet pastries or white bread, blood sugar rises quickly and stress on insulin increases. But if that same cup is paired with eggs and spinach, the protein and fiber slow absorption, and coffee's chlorogenic acid enhances the body's response.
That's a game changer. The same cup can either push you closer to diabetes or help protect you from it, depending on the plate beside it.
Yes, and here's another overlooked pairing: nuts, almonds, walnuts, pistachios. Just a handful with coffee provides healthy fats, magnesium, and fiber, all of which stabilize blood sugar. Research shows that adding nuts to a meal with coffee can lower the post-meal glucose response by more than 20%.
That's powerful. And nuts are simple. No cooking, no prep, just a handful with your cup.
Exactly. Another good partner is oats. Oatmeal with a sprinkle of cinnamon and a side of coffee gives a double benefit. Fiber from the oats, antioxidants from the coffee, and cinnamon, which has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity.
So the breakfast classics can be upgraded with a little thought.
Absolutely. And let's not forget fruit. Pairing coffee with low glycemic fruits like berries is excellent. They bring vitamin C, fiber, and more antioxidants. This creates synergy, nutrients that reinforce each other.
What about dairy? Many seniors reach for milk or cream in their coffee.
Dairy is fine in moderation, but it should be unsweetened. Milk proteins can complement coffee well. The issue is flavoured creamers loaded with sugar and artificial ingredients. Those transform a healthy drink into dessert.
So, the rule is simple. Protein, fiber, and healthy fats make coffee protective. Sugar and refined carbs make it harmful.
Exactly. Coffee isn't the problem. It's the company it keeps.
We've covered timing, science, and food pairings. But coffee doesn't exist in isolation. Seniors live real lives with movement, rest, and stress. How does coffee fit into that bigger picture?
That's an essential point. Coffee can amplify or undermine health depending on the lifestyle around it. Let's start with movement. When seniors combine coffee with light activity, like a walk after breakfast, the benefits multiply. The caffeine increases circulation and alertness, while movement helps muscles pull glucose out of the blood.
So, a cup of coffee followed by a 15-minute walk is better than coffee and a couch.
Exactly. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that older adults who drink coffee and then do light exercise see sharper improvements in insulin sensitivity than either coffee or exercise alone. The two work in synergy.
That's remarkable. And what about sleep? Many seniors struggle with insomnia. How does coffee fit into that picture?
Sleep is critical. Poor sleep raises cortisol, the stress hormone which pushes blood sugar higher. If seniors drink coffee too late in the day, they worsen the problem. But when coffee is consumed in the morning, it doesn't disrupt sleep. In fact, it can help create a stable rhythm. Wakefulness in the day, rest at night.
So, it's not that coffee ruins sleep, it's when you drink it.
Correct. Seniors should avoid coffee after noon. That allows caffeine to leave the system before bedtime. A good night's rest then reinforces blood sugar control and makes coffee's benefits stronger the next morning.
And then there's stress. Many seniors live with hidden stress, worry about health, finances, even loneliness. Where does coffee fall in that?
Stress is complicated. Coffee can raise adrenaline briefly, which for some seniors feels like anxiety. But if paired with calming routines, like drinking coffee during a peaceful breakfast or with friends, it becomes a ritual of connection that lowers stress overall. And lowering stress means lowering blood sugar.
So the context matters as much as the chemistry.
Exactly. A lonely cup at midnight may harm. A mindful cup with breakfast and movement may heal. The same drink, two different outcomes.
That's such an important reframe. Coffee is not good or bad. It's neutral until lifestyle shapes its effect.
Precisely. And when seniors align coffee with movement, morning light, balanced meals, and restful nights, it becomes part of a holistic shield against type 2 diabetes.
We've unpacked the science, the habits, the lifestyle. But let's make this real. If a senior listening today changes how they drink coffee, what kind of results can they actually expect?
The changes are not dramatic overnight, but they are steady and powerful. Within the first week, many seniors notice fewer energy crashes. Coffee, paired with protein and healthy fats, gives a smoother rise in alertness instead of that jittery spike followed by a crash.
So the body feels more stable.
Yes, and within a month, blood sugar readings often begin to improve. Studies show fasting glucose levels can drop when coffee is consumed the right way. Seniors may notice their doctor reducing medication, or at least seeing better lab results.
That's encouraging.
It is, and there's more. Seniors who shift their coffee habits also report better digestion, less reflux, and improved sleep. Because they're drinking earlier, the body resets its rhythm. Alert in the morning, restful at night.
So coffee becomes part of a larger rhythm of health, not just a morning jolt.
Exactly, and over the long term, the benefits accumulate. Research suggests that seniors who drink 2 to 3 cups of black or lightly creamed coffee daily paired with balanced meals have significantly lower rates of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even cognitive decline.
That's extraordinary. We're not talking about adding a new medication. We're talking about refining a habit that many people already enjoy.
Yes, that's the beauty of it. This isn't about restriction, it's about adjustment. Seniors don't need to abandon coffee. They just need to shift how, when, and with what they drink it.
So the realistic result is steady energy, healthier blood sugar, better sleep, and protection that builds over time.
Exactly. It's not a miracle cure, but it is a daily ally, 1 cup at a time.
We've covered a lot today. Timing, food pairings, lifestyle, the science inside every cup. But there's one truth I want every senior listening to carry with them. Coffee is not the villain. It's a tool. The way you use it determines whether it harms or heals.
Yes. And the beauty of it is that the control is in your hands. No prescription, no expensive treatment. Just small adjustments to a habit you already love.
Think about it. For decades, many seniors have felt guilty about coffee, worried it was hurting their heart, their sleep, or their sugar. But now, science is clear. Coffee, when paired with the right foods, timed in the morning, and kept clean, can actually shield the body against type 2 diabetes.
And that means tomorrow morning is an opportunity. The choice you make with your first cup could set the tone for your blood sugar, your energy, and even your memory.
But here's the question I'll leave you with. If something as simple as changing how you drink coffee can lower your diabetes risk, what other everyday habits could be quietly reshaped to protect your health?
That's the invitation. Don't just drink differently. Think differently. Look at the routines you've repeated for years and ask, are they serving me or slowly working against me?
Because longevity isn't about adding more and more to your life. It's about adjusting the small, daily rituals you already have. And coffee may just be the beginning.
Exactly. And when seniors embrace that perspective, they don't just protect their blood sugar, they unlock a new way of living, lighter, sharper, more resilient.
So, as you pour your next cup, don't ask, should I stop drinking coffee? Ask instead, how can I drink this in a way that helps me live longer and stronger?